put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My eyes done seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My eyes done seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money. All you talk about is money. Being wealthy. Like Kanye West says, having money is not everything, not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. Yo, it's the love of money that's Deuteronomy. You don't like money so much, why you get up and go to work? Yeah, I do think about one of the things that my dick I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial mentor to the working class,
Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Periscope, and wherever this show may be embedded this morning. I appreciate you for embedding the live show into your blog. Love coming to you every morning, and you're checking out Talking Money in the Morning with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my absolute best to bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all over this great nation of ours. So again, welcome to the show this morning. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a huge favor, share this, the link to this show on your Facebook, your social media, your Twitter. Let's bring people into this room and really get them upbeat and motivated about what they can do to build wealth and create that legacy for their families. Really quickly, before I get into my sponsors for today's show, I'm going to tell you who this show is for. This show is for my risers and grinders. This show is for my go-getters. This show is for my real hustlers who understand the importance of building a legacy for your family, the importance of making a difference, the importance of changing or ending the cycle, especially the cycle of poverty. Because guess what? If you can focus on ending the cycle of poverty, the cycles of a lot of other things will end. The cycles of drug abuse, the cycle of alcohol abuse, the cycle of lack mentality, the cycle of lack of ownership. All of those things are somewhat rooted in your lack of financial stability. So this show is for you if you're really trying to figure out how to get yourself up out of the hole and get up, get out, and get something, like Outkast says. This show is for you. Who is this show not for? If you, my friend, have a problem with money, and the fact that I just said money about 30 times in 30 seconds, this show is not for you. I know that people have a very weird relationship with money, and that's why most people repel money away from them instead of attracting it to them, because they think wealthy people are snobs, for instance. If you think that, then subconsciously your mind will never allow you to accumulate wealth, because then you will become a snob and you would have to hate or dislike yourself. And your subconscious mind is not going to let you do that. So if you have that weird relationship with money, you think there's something wrong with going after wealth and putting yourself in a better position financially, this show is not for you. You want to tune out, because I can guarantee you I'm probably going to say money another 300 times in the next 26 minutes. So today's show is sponsored by Young Biz Kids, a nonprofit organization here in the St. Louis metro area that teaches entrepreneurship to children. One of my favorite organizations of all time, because I think that is exactly what we should be doing, is teaching entrepreneurship to children. So if you want more information on Young Biz Kids, go to youngbizkids.org, and that's kids spelled with a Z. So Young Biz, B-I-Z, Kids, KIDZ.org. And they can use some help with donations. They're putting on a Young Biz Kids Marketplace August the 6th. And they can use some donations. So go over there and click on the Contact Us page if you're interested in donating time, resources, money in particular, so they can get these little kids set up with their vendors, their vendor booths. And it's basically going to be like a little business expo for young entrepreneurs. Super excited because they asked your man to be the MC of that event. So today's show, we're talking about the true power of a home-based business, right? There is power in a home-based business that most people are not aware of. And sometimes we all know that the road to wealth leads through some sort of entrepreneur endeavor. But we most of the time let fear, doubt, insecurities, what other people are going to think about us, all of those things creep up into the way and stop us from doing what it is that we know we should be doing. But if I lay out for you these three reasons to the three true powers of a home-based business, maybe that will help you overcome some of that fear, and you will see that it is worth going through that. Now, I'm not saying that that stuff goes away. No, people still will ridicule you. Family and friends will still look at you sideways. People that you know will still have something negative to say about what you're doing, right? That stuff does not go away. What I'm saying, though, is if you understand the true power of a home-based business, then it may become worth it to you to go through that stuff. Because how many of you guys know that everything that you want is on the other side of fear? Everything that you want is just outside of your comfort zone. So that's what we're talking about today, the true power of a home-based business. And without further ado, let's get into it. We know that having a home-based business does, number one, gives you the potential to bring in an extra stream of income. Now, yes, that is a given, all right? So we know that, but let's talk about a few things that what money can do, right? You start putting together a business of your own. When I'm talking about a home-based business, I'm talking about taking the gifts and the talents that God gave you. Everybody on this planet does something better than most, and they do it so well that other people will pay them to do it for them. I'm gonna say that again. Everybody on this planet does at least one thing better than most, and they do it so well that other people will pay them to do it for them, or other people will pay them to teach them how to do it just as well. So either way, there's an opportunity for you to take the gifts, talents, and your real resources, which is that which God gave you, and turn it into an income stream, right? So you have the ability to turn what you know, do your knowledge. Maybe you went to school for 12 years and you learned engineering. Maybe you grew up with friends and family that love to cook. So you make a sauce that is to die for, right? Turn them gifts and talents into a business and create a second, third, fourth stream of income for yourself by doing that. And when you're talking about an income stream and money and using a home-based business for money, we're talking about getting money as an issue out of the way so you can get to real life. The problem with us in this country and most capitalistic societies around the world is we're too busy laboring for our basic necessities that we never begin to live. And they got you under the assumption that, hey, if you just put in these 40 years of labor, then you can live finally and live comfortably and travel the world in your retirement. How many of you guys out there know that that's not happening for most retired folks? Most retired folks are ending up at Walmart more and more and more because they're not having the income that they need to travel the world. So we're talking about using a home-based business to put yourself in position financially to get money as an issue out of the way. So money can bring freedom. And even I'm not talking about a whole bunch of money, but what I'm talking about being free from is free from stress. You think about most Americans, 75%. If you didn't listen to it, one of the shows that we did this week, we talked about a debt and how most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, about 76% of them. Well, if you use your gifts and talents that God gave you to create, say, an extra $500 a month, does that alleviate some of that pressure and some of that stress of living paycheck to paycheck. You better believe it, right? We're not talking about you having to be a multi-millionaire right out of the gate in your home-based business, but we're talking about an additional stream of income. My wife lost her job in December because I have a home-based business and we make a few dollars with our financial education franchise. She has not had to go back and get a job. Now, she wants one because there's some other things that we would like to do financially, but she has not needed to go out because our financial education business has been able to replace the income that she was making on her job. So it also frees up the stress of your partner, husband, wife, fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, of having to work outside of the home. So that has been a tremendous blessing to us because it allows her to be ever present with our children. It allows her to help her mom and her dad because her mom recently had surgery on her back. And what's killer about that is her dad recently had a second stroke, which left him a little bit paralyzed on his left side. So his mom, her mom, was doing a lot to take care of the dad, and then the mom had surgery on her neck, and she's got a brace up to here. So with our business being able to bring in enough cash so that she doesn't have to go back to work, she's able to go over there and be with them 4 to 6 hours a day and help them. All right, so you put yourself in position to be able to give more when you don't have to labor for your money. So that is a number one reason that you should have a home-based business, is that it can create an additional stream of income for you. It can also relieve the stress of living paycheck to paycheck. If you're just doing something just to make a few extra $100 a month, that can certainly help, because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, $1,000 a month equals an extra $250 per week, right? So that's a significant increase for you. So let me take a swig of water, and then we're going to continue on. Give you reason number 2. So if you're just joining the show today, thanks again for checking out Talking Money in the Morning with your man H. Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. We're talking about the true power of a home-based business. All right, and we talked about number 1, of course, is a given. It allows you to create an additional stream of income. All right. Number 2, if you have children in your home, and even if you don't have any children of your own and you don't have children in your home, you have children in your family. And one thing that you have to understand about children, 90% of everything children know or learn is picked up and not taught. I'm going to say it again. 90% of everything that children know or learn is picked up and not taught. What that simply means is that just because they're immersed in a particular environment and their brains are pulling in all of these data points all day, every day, they're picking up more information and more knowledge than what is actually being taught when you sit them down and say, do this, don't do that. So when you have a home-based business, now your children are able to see you doing something other than just working a job. And that is extremely powerful. All right, we talked about our sponsor for today's show, Young Biz Kids, teaching entrepreneurship to a child. When you have a home-based business, your child gets to see you do something other than get up and go to work every day. And why is that significant? Because where has getting up, going to work every day really gotten you? Right? Now, I'm not trying to step on any toes, but just think about it in terms of the ability to leave a legacy for your children. Where has getting up, going to work every day gotten you? I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. So I want you to understand that. Now, some people have high income earning jobs and they are doing their thing and they're able to put $1,000 a month into investment. So they're building an investment portfolio that can lead to their children. But I just told you 75% of people who work a job are living paycheck to paycheck. So if you let your children see you do that only, is that the life you want for your children? Is this enough of a reason to make you want to get up and do something? Stop procrastinating on that great idea that you have? Because everybody is given 4 ideas every year on average that could make them a millionaire if they would just act on it. So you've got that. I know you're sitting here and saying to yourself, man, yes, I have a way that I can really be creating a business or an empire that I can leave to my children. I'm just procrastinating. Well, this is a reason for you to not procrastinate. Even if you fail at it and your children see you going hard at it, chances are they're going to pick up where you left off, and versus having to start over from scratch. They're going to be able to draw from your experience. Even your failure could help propel them to building an empire for their next generation, for your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. So don't let the fact that you don't know how to run a business or you don't know everything that you need to know to get started keep you from doing what you need to do to start a business in your home today. Because everything that a child learns, more of it is picked up than actually taught. And if you're not doing it in your home, I promise you this, some of your children are born with the entrepreneurial spirit, but when you're sending them to school every day, the school is going to snatch that right out of them and put them on a fast track to getting a job and working for somebody else for 40 years. So you want them to see you doing a home-based business or some sort of business enterprise so they can pick up some of that thing. Because here's what you have to know about people who run businesses. Even if they're small home-based businesses, they talk different, they walk different, they act different, they do different things, and your children are going to pick that up. They listen to different material, they read different books, and your children are going to see those books laying around, and that's going to leave an imprint on your child, and that's going to put your child in a better position to be an entrepreneur, to not have to work for somebody for 40, 50 years and end up broke. So reason number 2 that you should have a home-based business is because of the children that you have the ability to influence. Even if you don't have children of your own, you have nieces, you have nephews, you have children in your community, and I believe we owe it to them to tell them the truth about where we are. Yes, there was a time in this country where going to school, getting a good job, getting a good education, getting a good job worked for an entire generation, and that's that baby boomer generation. Last generation that was able to retire and live comfortably off of their pension and the Social Security that they were getting. How many of you guys think, if you're in my generation, I'm in Generation X, how many of you guys think that we're going to be able to do that in our retirement years if we don't do something different? First of all, Social Security is not going to do it. I've looked at my Social Security. If I keep working the pace that I'm working, I'm going to get about $1,200 a month. All right, $1,200 a month is not even good money today. Imagine what it's going to be in 20 years by the time I'm 60, 65, 70 years old, after inflation continues to eat on that dollar. It's going to be nothing. So you have to understand that we owe it to the next generation to do something different, show them a different path. Even if we fail at it, they start to understand that there's a shift that should be taking place. There's some things that we should be exploring in addition to working a regular job. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off that because I can be on that for another 2 days. But you want your children to see something different. So give me a second and we'll move on to point number 3. So again, thanks for joining us, guys. You're checking out Talking Money in the Morning with your main man, H. Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. If you want a business in a financial education space, I want you to go over to my website, www.financialhealthmentor.com. Put in your best email address, and I'll send you some information on our income shifting program and how you can use that to get your money right personally, but how you can also learn it well enough to start teaching others and make a 5-figure income in the next 30 days. So go over to financialhealthmentor.com, put in your best email address, or message me, or leave me a message, or something. Just get a hold of me if you're interested in something like that. All right, so we're talking about the true power of having a home-based business. We talked about number 1, money. All right, but not so much money just for being able to ball and floss out. Money in the sense that it can relieve stress, it could free you up of your time so that you can do things more significantly, so that you can start live. We're talking about money as getting it as an issue out of the way, right? So whether you roll over in bed or roll out of bed, you got enough money coming in either way that you're going to be okay. All right. Reason number two is kids. If you got kids that you have influence over, you should be showing them something different other than get up, go to a job every day, because that is not working for Generation X and millennials. That's not working. Not in the long term. Yes, get a job to feed yourself, to clothe yourself, but you should be getting a job so you can learn how to work for yourself ultimately. Now, last but not least, reason number three that every working class person should have a home-based business is because of taxes. Guys, we've been asleep on this as a community, as a people, as a group of people. I mean, the working class, as a group of people. I mean, Black people in particular, as a community, meaning the community of Black people at large. The United States tax code is by far the #1 wealth building tool in all the world. I'm gonna say it again. The United States tax code is by far the #1 wealth building tool in all the world. Problem is, you've never been taught how to use it to build wealth. So I'm gonna run it down to you today. When you have a business in your home, then you have over 450 tax deductions that open up to you. And that's significant because when you work a job only, and 95% of Americans are making 100% of their income through labor. When you earn money through labor, you're taxed the most. When you earn money through business, you're taxed significantly less. When you make money with money, you're taxed the least. All right, and the system is set up like that for a reason, because as an employee or a laborer, you're not bringing anything to the table. So they tax you the most. As a business owner or entrepreneur, you're bringing more employees to the table who get taxed the most. So the system gives you benefits to be able to do that. So when you expand your infrastructure, you expand your inventory, you hire more employees, that's more people for them to tax at the highest rate. In order to expand your business or your infrastructure, your inventory, you need capital. You go get that capital from investors. So that's why investors are taxed the least, because investors provide the capital for the business owners to expand. The business owner expands and hires more employees. More employees means more people for the system to tax at the highest rate. So we teach that you add a W-2, you add a 1099, a home-based business to your W-2 income. Now you have all the same tax write-offs as Google, as Microsoft, as McDonald's, right? Why is that important? Because if you're taxed the most and you can minimize your taxes, that brings money back into your household, or that keeps money in your pocket. Then we teach you what to do with that money so that you can build wealth. First thing we teach you is to take that extra money and you start paying off debt, because it's extremely difficult to build wealth when you're drowning in debt and you're overtaxed. When you enter a home-based business, you're allowed to make a correction to your W-4 withholding form, claim your home-based business on the front end, and that alone could bring $200 to $400 back into your household budget each and every month on your job income. So from the money that you have right now, you can make more happen with that when you start a home-based business. Now, since though you've been living without that extra $200 to $400 a month, you're going to continue to live without it. So say for instance, you bring back, matter of fact, let me do this. Let me jump over to the Financial Health Mentor screen share really quickly, and I'm going to give you an example and show you what it is that I'm talking about. All right, so I'm gonna go to a slide here and give you an example of what that actually looks like. If I can find that particular slide. All right, so We're talking about income shifting strategies. Say that you partner with us and we taught you how to adjust that W-4 form, and it brought back an extra $600 per month for you. I know I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna run through this really, really quickly. So watch the replay over and over so you can get this. You get an extra $600 back in your household just by adjusting your W-4 form. You got a car note and the balance is $17,000. You got a Visa card payment, that's $8,000. You got a $200 mortgage. What do you do with that $600 a month extra? You've already been living without it all your life. Don't get that new $600 and then go get a new car note. Don't get that new $600 and go buy a new bag every month, lady. Don't get that new $600 and go put rims on your car, fellas. Use that $600 to get rid of the debt. You take that $600, your car note is $545. You add that $600 to it. Now you're paying $1,145 to the car note every month. And in 15 months, the car note disappears instead of 32 months. What does that do for you? That frees up another $1,145. What do you do with that $1,145? You take that $1,145 and you give it to Visa. You add the $200 that you were already giving them. Now you're giving them $1,345 every month, and the Visa card disappears in 6 months instead of 78 months if you just only pay the minimum balance. What does that do for you? That frees up $1,345 every month. What do you do with that? You take that $1,345 every month, you add it to the $1,200 that you're paying on your $200,000 mortgage. Now you're paying them $2,545 every cotton picking month. Now the mortgage disappears in 79 months instead of 360 months. Why is that significant? Because it frees up $2,545 for you to start putting into an investment account. And if you're investing that, I wish I had time to jump over to my investment calculator. Let me see if I can do that. Jump over to I should have had it open for you guys this morning. Give me 1 second because this is powerful. I'm gonna show you what that 2541 actually does. Give me 1 second here, and we may go over our time just a little bit, guys. But this is too powerful for you not to get, right? So just gonna log in and bring up my financial calculator really quickly so that I can show you guys why it's significant and why debt is robbing you, and how you can take a few steps to really get yourself in order financially. And all we're talking about is taking the money that you already have, but you're able to do more with that money when you add a home-based business, because now you get to access the tax code to build wealth. So Periscope, you're not tracking because you can't see the screen share. So you'll want to go over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so you can start watching this here on YouTube so you can see the screen share. All right. So I've got that open. So now let me go back to screen share really, really quickly. Come on. I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. All right. So what did we have? We had $2,500 bucks freed up after we paid off the mortgage. And guys, that was done in 8 years. All right. So you focus on eliminating your debt. Debt is the enemy of your wealth. So you attack that debt with a vengeance. All right. So if we put in $2,500 a month, let's say you're getting an 8% rate of return, and trust me, you can do that. We show you how to invest wholesale, so you can definitely do that. And just say you only did that for 10 years. We calculate that in 10 years of investing that $2,500 a month at 8% rate of return, you are half a millionaire in 10 years. A $500,000 bucks, $457,365.09 in 10 years. That's the significance of cleaning up your debt. So guys, hopefully you understand the power of having a home-based business. It allows you to access the United States tax code. The tax code is the #1 wealth building tool in all America. And I didn't even get into the fact that you start writing off a percentage of your rent or your mortgage because you have a home office. You start writing off most of your cell phone bill because now you're talking more business on your cell phone than for personal. talking about internet service that you're paying for a month in and month out now becomes legally tax deductible. We're talking about miles that you drive on your car because you're going to networking events. You're talking about your business and you're taking care of business. We're talking about meals and entertainment. We're talking about when you go to the family reunion this year, you're going down there to tell them about your business. And maybe you're in a networking business that you can recruit them. Maybe you're selling Avon or something, and you take a bunch of products down there and you set up a booth at the family reunion to sell. Now that trip, that $1,000 that you spend on getting to the family reunion is 100% tax deductible. We're talking about the power of a home-based business, guys. How you can build wealth even outside of the profits that you can make. You can build wealth just by attempting to make a profit and accessing the United States tax code as a home-based business owner. That's what we teach as our income shifting program. So you can check us out at financialhealthmentor.com, or whoever shared this video and told you to check out this live show, get with them and they can probably teach you some things about what it is that we're doing. So no matter what business that you're in, though, whether you partner with us or not, just having a home-based business and understanding the tax code, you can literally use the tax code to build wealth, and that creates cash flow that you can infuse into your business, branding, marketing, advertising, and things like that, so your business grows. So, guys, we're out of time. You know, I'm thinking about pushing this show to an hour so I can really lay it on you, but maybe not. Maybe we'll keep it at 30 minutes because I know the attention span of Americans is extremely short and limited. So if you got questions, comments, put that in the comment section below. If you want me to expound maybe some of the points I touched on today, you maybe want to see a full show on some of those points, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on the show. We're just on episode number 9. So we're still relatively new, and I would love your feedback. So subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends and family. If you haven't subscribed to my Facebook page, you can do that at Financial Health Mentor. The YouTube channel is also Financial Health Mentor. I'm on Periscope at Cortez Springer, and I'm also on Instagram at Financial Health Mentor. So guys, thank you so much for coming to check me out on the live show. I'm here every weekday morning, 7:00 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm bringing you practical, proven wealth building strategies that can help you overcome your financial challenges. Again, shout out to my sponsor, Young Biz Kids, for sponsoring the show today. Go to youngbizkids.org. That's kids with a Z.org to learn how you can enroll your child in this program where we teach entrepreneurship to children. Right now, we're in the St. Louis area, but we're actually going to start streaming these classes live so anyone around the country can join the program and start learning entrepreneurship for your child. If you want to partner with me and learn the income shifting strategy, it doesn't cost you much. It costs you less than a couple meals out. It costs you less than an evening out entertaining you and your wife and your children. So it's definitely worth the investment. Go to financialhealthmentor.com, put in your best email address, and I'll send you all the details. Again, thanks for hanging out with your man. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something today. But what I want you to do is get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. We're out of here. Peace.